Yo, what's up, guys? You got Jared Ewing, aka the Madison Vault, here with my boy Patrick, Diddy 314, Soul Me State McEwen.
What's going on, everybody? We go back since '92. We go back since the Dream Team, and we're here today at Sanctioned, and we're plugging people in. We're gonna give you our takes on shoes, culture, music, clothes, everything, with a whole lot of shoes. Heavy on the shoes.
Yeah, we got some opinions. We at least make each other laugh. Hopefully we'll make you laugh. And most of all, you're gonna get some real knowledge from my boy Diddy. And we're gonna enjoy the shoe portion of shoe culture, but connect into the culture as well. So welcome to Plugged In. Let's get at it.
This is another episode of Plugged In with your guy.
Why did you point at your drunk?
Because it's
He said
Plugged In with your guy Patrick, aka Soul Me State, because we're in St. Louis. We are here at the headquarters, the illustrious, the Sanctioned, in the Foundry, dun dun dun, with the proprietor, Jared, aka. We can't say Ali G because that was taken.
No.
What'd you say, G?
G.
All right, that's what's up.
We go back to high school, I could be G-boy. That's tough.
Well, let's just say G. Like G boy's a little.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's tell the people something. What's up? What's going on? Where we at? I said where we're at, but like
We already told where we're at.
Facts.
We're at Sanctioned in City Foundry.
Boom.
Listen, we just do this because at the end of the day, I think we have found. We actually were friends a long time ago and then reconnected through shoes. And my favorite fucking thing in the world about the sneaker culture is how it connects people.
Yeah.
And the conversations that happen inside these walls. Like the sneaker shop, the real ones. If your sneaker shop doesn't have real conversations, you're not a real sneaker shop. But it's the new barber shop, right? So I mean, really, that's what we're doing. We're chopping up. We're putting out into the world the conversations that you and I already have that start with sneakers. And then, like Carmen Sandiego, they explore the world. So, the question is today, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
I
think she's in Detroit. She looks very unhappy.
No, I believe she's standing outside Dick's Sporting Goods saying, they said they're going to get some more cool grays.
Y'all had Carmen Sandiego said, where's my cool grays?
Where's my cool grays? This is a bunch of BS. So, that's, yeah. Sneakers brings people together, much like sports. So, okay, for me, what brought me into shoes was the Jordan 4, the shot, Craig Elo. I was 8 years old, and I remember looking at it. You have definitely always been into fashion, especially as we got older. You were always into fashion. That kind of was almost your gateway drug into shoes. Like, what did you see? Like,
For sure. Fashion was my marijuana to the heroin of my shoes.
Jesus, so I'm a heroin addict now? Okay. I just do this one dark.
Depends, what would you do for shoes? And how much?
My boy Lucky over there said 13.5. You might do something strange. Shout out to Lucky.
So, yeah, for me, the shoes started clearly with Jordan, right? Like that was it. I mean, I had Patrick Ewings, but that's because my mom wouldn't buy Jordans. But
Patrick Ewings were dope, though.
I wanted Jordans.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted the champion, not the guy that loses to him in the playoffs.
But you had Patrick Ewings, your last name is Ewing, it was on the, that shit was
That's
dope.
true. How many times did Patrick Ewing beat Michael Jordan in playoff series in his career?
None.
0. So, I want to wear Jordans.
But he beat him in, no, he didn't.
Regular season.
He just never beat him He never beat him when it counted.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, yeah. I mean, we talk about Travis. Like, Jordan was the most iconic person on the planet, hands down, at that time. And I played basketball. Not well, but I played. I think over time, that kind of street culture vibe that was happening at the time got me just into clothing. I mean, I loved back in the day it was Tommy Hilfiger and Nautica. Then I decided to get all preppy and do Banana Republic. Then I like designer, Neiman Marcus. I think the thing that was missing from all that though is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I run into someone in the streets wearing a Gucci shirt and I got a Gucci shirt, I don't want, it's real weird if I walk in and be like, whoa,
Hey, Gucci!
right?
Yeah.
Like that's weird. So like the beauty of the sneakers for me and why it like kind of like latched on and doesn't let go is because of the people. Like because it fosters community. It brings conversations into this and it connects every aspect of the world. You and I talk about how it bleeds into pop culture, how it bleeds into fucking music, sports, all this stuff.
So that transition, when you talk about pop culture, right? Pop culture is everything, right?
And pop culture, we've talked about this. Pop culture's been around for
Ever.
Ever.
Culture. So I think
Do you think they know that pop culture stands short for popular culture? Do people know that?
people don't know, but we're gonna hip them to something because we're gonna peel the onion back. The thought of Hypebeast. I'm willing to say the term Hypebeast is actually Hypebeast. Hypebeast really is a new term for pop culture. It's really the same thing. Because when you talk about Hypebeast, it's like, oh, they only wear something if it's popular, if it's trendy. What is pop culture? You said it before. Popular culture.
Yes.
That's what it is.
But the reason why Hypebeast like makes my skin crawl is because I think the people that we think of, or at least I think of as like Hypebeast, are such condescending little fucktards, like in the way that they approach the world, right? Like so, pop culture's been around for forever. But if you were the person that got the LA Gear, outfit way down the road after it was everywhere, after it had become ubiquitous, right? You weren't condescending to other people who were also wearing that. Like, you didn't act better than them. You wanted to be a part of them. And that's the weird thing about Hypebeast. They're all trying to stand out by doing what everybody else does.
That's funny because when you talk about how the shoes kind of infiltrate everything of life. If you are a rapper, I'll just use rap as an example, and you sell a whole bunch, what do they say? You went pop.
Right.
So it's just like, to me, all these things are so very synonymous with each other. Like, once you do something, you're doing something to stand out, right? So at the same time, you succeed at it. Why are you getting mad that people are copying and now everyone's doing it? You succeeded. So like, again, to me, Hypebeast is Hypebeast, which is pop culture. It's the same thing. Like, I agree with they have a certain aura about them, the Hypebeast. But at the same time, like, whose fault is that? I'll take the blame because I'm part of that demographic, that culture who was setting trends. So like, you can't get mad at it now. It is what it is. We created a monster.
Yeah, I mean, Chase and I, the guy that wears the real small shirts,
Yeah, Skeet Shirt Chase.
Yeah.
Shout out to Skeet Shirt Chase.
he's either in previous videos or will be in future videos. Chase and I talk about it. Like, you can be a appreciator of pop culture and wear Travis 4s or Travis 1s or Off-White Chicagos, right? What makes you a hype beast, and I think really, hype beast is when pop culture has
Plus.
sex without a condom with the internet. Or
The internet
TikTok.
or social media.
TikTok particularly, but all social
Let's just say
media.
social.
Yeah.
Okay, say it again so they know.
Yeah, when pop culture raw dogs the internet, right? Like
Okay.
these people get online and now they're using it for attention. They're using it to fill this vacancy of any personal opinion, and they're putting it out in the world like they fucking matter. When really they're sheep, and that's why it's so inauthentic. That's why it makes my skin crawl. Like, I don't care if you see me in my Travis's. I will not put a picture of me in Travis's because I don't want to be associated with that. I'm better than you because I have it.
But it's just one of the things, like, if you see me out, then you'll see that I have it. So like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
because I enjoy it because a few of Travis's shoes are huge if you're studying recent sneaker history.
he is almost like the New Testament of Hypebeast.
Yes, I feel like Travis and Virgil, R.I.P. Virgil, were the New Testament.
Old Testament then has to be Kanye. So it's almost like, which version do you read of the Bible of Hypebeast? Which version do you read, Old Testament or New Testament?
What are you asking? Like,
I'm almost making it.
I feel like I've read
question.
them both. Are you
Okay.
asking what's my religion?
What is your sneaker religion?
Listen.
Listen.
I feel like this. Maybe I'll try and follow your analogy. I feel like I was raised in the Catholic Church where they told me every other religion was wrong.
Yeah.
So like I fucking hated everything Kanye did for so long, and then one day I was like, oh, there's like a whole nother Bible.
He said, wait, hold
and
up.
those people also claim that they're right. So there's no way we can both be right.
This doesn't work.
So I have a newfound appreciation. Like I'm not saying that I am converting to the Old Testament. I'm not converting to Judaism, but I am accepting that
Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah, I'm accepting it that it was an alternate perception on experience. And I also realize that Kanye absolutely paved the way for so many parts of pop culture that if you don't give him his dues, you're an asshole.
But I think what's even more interesting about, or additionally interesting about that whole situation is how much stuff spawned off of the Old Testament of Hypebeast Kanye. Fear of God, Jerry Lorenzo. No pun intended using God in this whole thing, like we're intermingling that, like you saw that.
The way we're talking,
Bars.
clearly we have no fear of God.
Yeah. Virgil. Don's, what's that?
Heron Preston.
Heron Preston. Don C., who I think is a buster. I hope he sees this. So like
Patrick's here just to pick fights. It's fun.
I am an internet gangster. Like Twitter fingers. But like look at how everything that spawned off of it. Like the umbrella of Kanye and his Old Testament of hypebeastness.
Dude, listen, it's not where we normally, it's not within the arena of our normal things. But I just listened to, I was listening to old Jay-Z features, like just songs that he was on. I found a playlist on Spotify of old songs Jay-Z was featured on.
Okay.
And if you listen to shit that Kanye produced in that era.
The old school sped up?
Yeah, like changed music. Hands down, changed music. And then comes in and changes, like, you got to give it to the dude. Like, he's at least Moses.
So,
I don't know if we're trying to identify.
Getting out of biblical, like, if we say legitimately he's a genius, like, it's not that crazy of a statement because as artistic as he is, which also flirts the line of crazy, like, look what he's done. Who else has influenced music, pop culture, like he has?
Well, and we're talking about, we're getting back to the point, which is the fucking criminal is the internet, right? Like, because
Criminal is the internet.
Warhol,
All charges.
Like, can you imagine if Andy Warhol was on fucking Twitter? Like the shit
my.
that would have come out of his mouth, or Stanley Kubrick was on Instagram, like, would have been crazy. So
Nugget.
it's just the fact that Kanye gets to talk and everybody gets to hear it that I think you're getting to see the other side of the artist, right? Like a little bit of lunacy is in every good artist or every great artist.
Big facts.
Right? You know, we talk about, Kanye, I think, went through depression things and was talking about
Several.
that.
He's very manic.
Like, Van Gogh cut his fucking ear off, guys. Like,
I heard that was a rumor. My 9-year-old told me that was a rumor. He learned about it.
he dropped knowledge on you?
Yeah, he was like, that didn't really happen, Dad.
Yeah. I think of Van Gogh. I think of Vincent Van Donuts. I want a donut. That's a fun fact.
Facts. So, like, let me ask you this. What do you feel, shoe-wise, is the most iconic Kanye design?
Oh, God. Like, that's like asking Jordans. I mean, and you got to start with the 350, right? Like, the same way you start with the one, you start with the 350.
Why do you start with the 350?
Maybe that was just the first one that I saw and was like,
That gave
looks,
you the map. Okay.
That looks different, and it was everywhere, right? Like, I didn't feel like I saw. I'll show my lack of knowledge on Kanye because I am new to this testament. What was the first ever Kanye? Oh, you're talking about all Kanye, not just Yeezy.
Yeah, I'm just talking about for you, what is the most iconic?
Oh, I mean,
This is for you.
The best is the Yeezy 1 and the Yeezy 2.
Okay.
And I don't have a preference between the two.
Okay, just the Nike Yeezys.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not into the LV trainer. It just didn't do it for me. So, yeah, Nike Yeezys.
Then, so we talk about Old Testament, New Testament. We brought in Virgil and Travis into the New Testament. For you, what's the most iconic of either one of those guys?
Man.
There's no wrong answer. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like
We were
what
talking
is
about the
it
other
for
day.
you?
I want to take home, I don't own one yet, though we have one in shop that I've thought about buying about 400 times, a Travis one. And the only reason I don't particularly even want to wear it, I just want to own it because to me it is sculpted the last 3 years of sneakers that Nike has dropped. What Nike has done is they've taken this pattern of let's drop a collab type shoe and then 6 months to a year later, let's bastardize that shoe and we'll sell millions of them. Did it with Travis 1 to the Mocha. Travis 4, UNC 4. Trophy
Taupe
Room
4.
Yeah, Taupe 4.
Yeah.
Trophy Room 5, Bluebird. Off-White 5, the new J that just dropped, the shattered backboard. And I feel like that was the first shoe that really sparked that. Even though the 4 came out first, the Jordan 1 to the Mocha was clearly like, I see what you guys did there.
You put the Nike sign back.
Yeah, you just put it back.
Yeah.
What about you? I feel like I just like to answer questions, hear myself talk. So what is your, if Kanye had to pick something off the shelf to represent himself at show and tell at school, what is the most Kanye thing he could bring to school?
Yeezy 2, particularly. I would say the Red October, but actually for me sometimes it's the Blink. Because the first time I remember the rumors about the Yeezy 2, and here's a nugget for you. Your little aha, the first time the Yeezy 2 was actually shown anywhere was in a Kobe Bryant commercial.
Really?
When Kobe had this whole line, Kanye was like the villain and Kobe was like the superhero. Kanye was wearing the Yeezy 2s.
Your memory is scary.
It is. It's actually very.
What year are we talking?
2013, 14-ish.
Okay.
Because the Red October came out February 13th, 2014, is it? Something like that. So that was the third colorway. So you had the platinum and the blinks first, and then you had the Red Octobers later.
See, to me,
Fact check me if you want.
Yeah, to me, explain this to me. Explain why everybody, other than just pure value of shoe, why the Red October has any significance.
Yeezy's all on your sofa. These the Red Octobers. Like, he talked about it. He talked that shit. And then for a while, like, you think about the Yeezy 1 was dope, because I remember the first time I saw the Yeezy 1 was in a Kerry Hilson video for Knock Me Down, and he was wearing the blinks, and you're like, what the fuck is that shoe? And it was different because it was higher than most shoes. Just the whole thing was different, even though
It was different.
Nike didn't give him full creative ability to kind of fully let loose, because it had an Agassi, like it had a Jordan 3 or Nike Revolution bottom on the Yeezy 1. The Yeezy 2 had an Agassi bottom. Like, they kind of gave him some room to wiggle around, but not all the way. But it was different than anything we'd ever seen. You could tell he was really into fashion. You could tell he was just different than everybody else. So it just stood out immensely, and it was a little more attainable than some of the Louis Vuitton shoes that he was wearing. Like, he was just like, that thing retails for $2,400. I'm not getting that. But like, you had an opportunity to get Yeezys. I remember buying them locally in St. Louis. Like, but you like, not even a lot of people knew what it was. But if you knew, you knew. You're like, oh, you bought that life. So I think for me, that's the most iconic Yeezy. For Virgil, for me, the most iconic is the Off-White Chicago one. Like, to me, that is it. God rest the dead with his passing. Prices of that, I imagine, have gone through
They're
the
at
roof.
like $8,000 now. See,
And then with Travis, I have to agree, the Travis one.
so what's so funny is when you talk about the Virgil stuff, I'm with you on the Yeezy, because, you know, Yeezy broke the internet or whatever with that. Like, it was just so noticeably different. Why I don't go immediately to the Chicago one is it wasn't that different.
It was deconstructed. Because I think what we
but
think about the like when you're talking about Travis, the Travis one made earth and neutral tones go bonkers.
right.
But Kanye already did the earth tones and neutral tones. He just added to it. But I think what was cool about Virgil is the whole deconstructed look. Think about from when the Chicago one Virgil came out. How many open foam shoes Nike started doing with tongues and just started just kind of like, we're going to make this deconstructed. That's the new wave.
For sure. I think my opinion's slightly different because I look at his Virgil as an innovator.
Yeah.
And that was not the most innovative he was. And honestly, to me, the Off-White 4 is beautiful in its simplicity. Like, it did, like, I don't know, terrible point, but that's one of them. What he did with the 50 lots, honestly, I wasn't all about it. I didn't buy into all the hype, but if you look at that as a work, like, it's just fucking cool. Like,
to me, it was also someone who was playing around a Nike ID and you couldn't make up your mind.
That's true.
And you just was like, oh, give me that one, that one, that
one.
One
day he's just fucking tired and he's like, guys, I can't pick a color, just fucking release them all.
All 50.
Yeah.
Give me all 50.
Yeah. We'll make a silver one and a black one. But yeah, I think that Virgil's body of work, to me, stands larger, and Kanye has individual moments that shine brighter.
But Virgil's still a disciple of Kanye.
Would you say that Virgil is a disciple of Kanye? I would look at them as equals. I mean,
he ascended to equals, but he's still a disciple of Kanye.
Okay.
He was still under Kanye's camp.
Okay.
Do I think he made himself an equal? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at what Virgil did to break the glass ceiling of an African-American male in the fashion world, like, to be the creative director of LVMH is fucking, that was unfathomable. Unfathomable? Unfathomable?
Recalculous.
Yes, it was recalculous. Just a few years ago. Yeah. Like, that a kid from the south side of Chicago would run one of the most, like, iconic fashion houses.
Everyone knows LV.
Based out of Paris, of all places. Like, that's insane. And that's why I have so much appreciation for what he did. And to do it while also doing sneakers and not have it compromise that is pretty fucking rad too.
And I guess they're putting most things that Virgil does on pause. But like whenever they figure out when they're going to release certain things, especially that Louis Vuitton Air Force One, Off-White, just
oh yeah.
Woo!
We haven't talked about this, so we're fuck it, we're doing it live. Rumors are that Kanye could supplant Virgil as creative director. Your feelings?
Go for it. Because some people would say, why didn't Kanye have the job first? Some. Even Kanye in his craziness might say that. So I am good with Kanye becoming handpicked. I'm good with it. I'm definitely good with it. But then my question is like, all right, Kanye, what do you do with all the other stuff? What do you do with Gap? Do you keep it?
Yeah, I mean,
do you still have the thing with Adidas? Like, what do you do? Do you just have it all? Which I'm fine with. Like, hey, I would love to have I'd love for people on YouTube to see me on 7 different things about shoes.
Yeah, so
take it all.
But that's a weird thing. Can you be the creative designer behind Gap and Louis Vuitton concurrently?
Yeah.
Because Off-White and Louis Vuitton occupied the same space. Like, they were both in Bergdorf Goodman's. Like, you weren't buying Off-White at the Galleria, right? Kanye's that's a big gap.
Unless you're saying I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Bars. But I guess you're saying you'll be in your normal malls and you'll be in the whatever place you just said.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in Gap, I'm also over here. Like I'm just gonna have it all.
You've never heard of Bergdorf Goodman's?
No.
Okay. It's like the pinnacle to me, of retail shopping in the United States. New York, owned by Neiman Marcus.
I know Neiman Marcus.
Yeah, it's like the elite Neiman Marcus.
Good God.
In Manhattan, yeah. But I remember the first time I saw Off-White in there and was like, holy shit, like this is weird. You broke the model of Bergdorf Goodman. Like they're streetwear.
It was streetwear with a both
streetwear in the most snobby shop in Manhattan.
So isn't it kind of funny that they both in a way kind of broke the mold with something? Virgil put streetwear in high fashion and Kanye brought like hobo chic, because like Kanye brought in earth tone sweatsuits, overly large. I know Jerry Lorenzo's kind of doing it too with Fear of God,
yeah.
But like Kanye did it first. I think Virgil's doing it. Jerry's doing it as well, but like again, Jerry kind of not fully a disciple of Kanye. He was a free agent who just went there, but he was already doing his thing. Because Jerry Lorenzo's story is pretty dope, and why it's like the fear of God, because he's a born again Christian. He was a huge partier, huge kind of like alcoholic, drug addict, found God. He was like the, what is it? What do you call someone's like personal? He was the stylist for Matt Kemp and made all of his clothes.
Okay.
So basically, Matt Kemp has all the prototype Fear of God everything, because it was made for him. And then he just kind of got
That's
with
right.
Kanye.
I didn't know that.
But he did in that spirit. He's Jerry Manuel's son, so he grew up like playing baseball, and like his sons are uber athletic, and like so it's his story is dope. So with all that being said, I'm not sure. I just went in a huge circle, but I gave you your Jerry Lorenzo hodgepodge.
6 Degrees of Fashion Separation by Patrick.
Because I also still think Jerry Lorenzo's Fear of God Nike Air 1 was the most creative shoe in the last 15 years. I don't know how we got to this point, but I still stand by my point.
I can just find a counterpoint to disagree with you, and I don't know that I can. It was the most unique silhouette. I'm like looking around the room saying, is there anything else fucking weirder in here? Still to this day. And not only was weird, but was dope.
Yeah.
And how long do you think that will last? Do you think that people will talk about a Fear of God 1?
No, because I don't think they talk about it enough now.
They don't. I mean, like,
They really
we've
don't.
had a pair in shop, like, on the cheap for a minute. And do you think why? Do you think it had anything to do with the moccasin? Because I feel like Mama said Mama saw a moccasin.
That's tough because there's so many things that have been so kind of outside the box that I don't think have gotten their flowers yet. So we talk about the Fear of God 1. What happened to the Yeezy 750?
First of all, the demand for Yeezy 750s is insane right now, considering, like the number of people that come in looking for a Yeezy 750 is absurd to me. Because I'm like, where did this come from? Like,
I haven't seen anybody wear them out.
I haven't seen any. It is a magical shoe. Other than a pair of 5.5s, we don't have them come through the store. Don't see them go out. If I go out and buy a pair, they're gone the next day. But I've never seen someone walk in the store with them. It's not real.
You lied to me.
But I think what you were talking about, the Fear of God 1, the Yeezy 750.
Even the crazy Yeezy boots now.
Yes.
Your
the
snow
snow
boots.
boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you rock the McDonald's boots, right?
I do.
You Ronald out?
No, it's McDowell's.
McDonald's?
McDowell's. Do your homework, coming to America. McDowell's.
Oh.
They have the golden arches. We have the golden arch.
What's our point? I feel like
What happened? Like it's so different, and it didn't transcend. It didn't get its flowers. You know, it's funny when we kind of circle back to the Old Testament, New Testament. This is my hypothesis. This is my thesis statement about the longevity of Kanye West. Even his disciples go and do awesome things. Virgil, you did awesome things. Creative director of LV, which is what really Kanye West wanted to be. You listen to old Kanye West freestyles. I'm Con, the Louis Vuitton Don.
Yeah.
By my mom, a person actually Louis Vuitton mom. Like, he started that, right? But Virgil gets it, right? The creative director. He brings along Jerry Lorenzo, Fear of God. Jerry Lorenzo goes to Nike and does at Nike what Kanye wanted to do. They wouldn't let him do, and that's what made him go to Adidas. He went to Adidas because he wanted more of a share in what he was doing in Nike and wanted to create a shoe from the top to bottom. They didn't let him do it because, like we said, with the Yeezy 1, it's a Nike Revolution or Jordan 3 bottom, Yeezy 2 and Agassi bottom. The Fear of God 1
is all
him, nothing at all, like it was all him. That's what Kanye wanted to do. So to me, that even speaks more to Kanye's influence, his power, his Midas touch, whatever it is. Even his disciples go off and do awesome things.
Yeah, you got to give Kanye his dues. And
Old Testament.
And I think there is no point beyond that. Like he fucking deserves
Give him
it.
his flowers.
But much like artists of the old, maybe we can stop their voice from being spoken at every random moment by not giving him the internet so that I can appreciate his art.
Appreciate the art. Appreciate the culture. We're wrapping up another episode of. He said I pointed at the last time of Plugged In. I'm not going to point down, even though like I grew up in the wrestling era of, whatever. We all got detention for doing that. Thank you for tuning in. We are in sanction. This is your guy Patrick, aka Soul Me State, with Jared, aka we're just saying G, not G Boy.
Sweet. Good game. Shower up.
Good game. Shower up.